Hey, mamas. This wasn't the message that I had planned for today. However, there's a theme that, not surprisingly, has been coming up a lot in private sessions lately. And the holidays are barreling down upon us. So I want to get out in front of this and help you navigate what may be your first holiday in divorce. There are ways to honor where you are in this moment, care for yourself, set boundaries, and still show up for the celebrations with your kids. You've likely taken bold action steps leaning into your divorce, and I don't want to see you backpedal or spiral because of guilt or shoulds or unrealistic Hallmark movie memories. Instead, I want to help you recalibrate, get clear, and embrace calm resolve as you find your way through this temporary transition. Hint: it's not about pretending, it's not about self-sacrifice, and it's not giving mixed messages. Life looks and feels differently right now. You are writing a new chapter. Divorce is complicated and hard, but you can still honor what is most important to you. You can still celebrate, show up for your kids, and most of all, yourself. It's what I want to talk to you about today. I'm calling this conversation Giving Thanks or Overgiving. Hi there, mamas. Welcome to the Intuitive Divorce Podcast. I'm Kristen Noel, certified divorce coach and creator of the Best Self Intuitive Divorce, a game-changing program that transforms the experience and outcomes of divorce, one mother at a time. I call it Divorcing Differently. I'm here each week bringing you a quick message to support, inspire, and empower you to achieve the outcomes you want for yourself and your kids. So let's dive into today's episode. Newsflash: the holidays won't look and feel the same no matter how hard you try, no matter how much you pretend, how delicious the turkey or big that smile you try to paste on is. And they shouldn't, because you're navigating a divorce, or about to be, and it's an unrealistic setup for everyone. You may think it's the kinder, gentler, and loving thing to do, but what if it's actually just the opposite? What if it's actually causing more chaos and sending mixed messages to your kids, making it more difficult for them to adjust to the transitions before them? What if it's actually just one big Band-Aid that is ready to be pulled off? Remember, Band-Aids may stop the bleeding, but they don't solve the problem. This topic has been coming up a lot in sessions this week, so I felt called to talk about it. One thing I know is that if it's coming up for one mama, it's likely being felt by others. Hear me when I say, holidays and divorce don't commingle, at least initially. So don't set yourself up, please. Just as no divorce is cookie cutter, one size fits all, only you can decide what is best for you, your kids, your extended family and friends, even your ex. But keep in mind that while you are in the heat of negotiations, sharing a holiday meal may not be in the best interest of anyone, least of all, you. Let go of the shoulds. The holidays should look like this. I should show up like this. We should be able to do this for our kids. Who benefits from this charade? Just the other day, a mother shared a story about going away for the weekend with her soon-to-be ex as a family because she felt she should for the kids. There were a lot of extenuating circumstances, or excuses, that she shared about why she went. But as I listened, I could see how deflated, sad, and exhausted she was as a result. I'll never judge a mama for making a call for herself like this. I just sit beside her afterwards and help her unpack it. Without guilt or condemnation, I asked her how it felt. The tears rolling down her cheeks answered. She's not alone here. So often mothers will finally take a bold action step on their behalf and then backpedal by acquiescing to something they know they should say no to because they're riddled with guilt. It wasn't until after the weekend, when her teenage child said that was confusing, did she realize that she was sending mixed messages. Before the holidays descend upon you, could you give yourself permission to consider your why? Why am I agreeing to this arrangement? Is it in the best interest of my children? Is it in my interest? And I know that it's easy to get sucked back down a sentimental Hallmark greeting memory lane, but in the spirit of keeping it real, remember last year. Remember how you felt like you were suffocating in your marriage. Remember how you told yourself you weren't going to be here in the same place, feeling the same way again next year. Does any of that resonate? It can't feel the same, but that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. And I want you to cut yourself some slack. If you are negotiating custody and co-parenting, and your kids are already transitioning from house to house, you may be sending them mixed messages if you suddenly announce, hey, we're going to gather around the Thanksgiving table and pretend we're still a unit. The whole story isn't written yet. You can hold a vision for your family, ex included, about what holidays in the future can look like, but realistically, that may be too much pressure this year. I'm not saying that there won't be feelings that need to be felt. However, more pretending for the wrong reasons will only further deplete you and confuse your kids. What if instead you devised an arrangement that supports the divorce? Split the time with your co-parent. Help your kids feel good about that time and find a way to nurture yourself when you are alone. This is temporary. You need to feel what comes up, but you no longer need to drown in shoulds. You're writing a new chapter, creating new memories, and transforming how you move through life and holidays. You are learning to flex new muscles, Mama. Be gentle with yourself. Be compassionate, not condemning. Allow yourself to breathe, heal, and become. Could you give yourself permission to give thanks for the courageous steps you've taken without feeling like you need to pay a price by overgiving? That's what the mamas I coach are leaning into. They are developing tools to support themselves and pivot as they navigate a better path to a better divorce, an intuitive divorce. Cut yourself some slack, ditch the guilt, and trust that you will get through this. You are getting through this. And next year, you will look and feel like a whole new version of yourself. Thanks for listening to today's episode, but more importantly, for making this time for yourself. If you're a professional, independent mother facing off with divorce, struggling with your emotions, worried about your kids and your future, and want a better way to navigate it all, I've got 2 ways to completely change the trajectory of your divorce and your life starting today. The first is our free divorce workshop. In this training, you'll learn the 3 steps to get off the emotional roller coaster and take control of your divorce so you can save time, money, and heartache for you and your family. Simply go to intuitivedivorce.com/workshop. And the second way is to book a free strategy call with our team, where we'll dive into your situation, your struggles, what you really want, and outline a path to get you there. For a short video and the booking link, go to intuitivedivorce.com/call. Check it out, and I'll see you inside. Now I have a favor to ask you, Mama. If you enjoyed this conversation and were inspired in your own divorce, please subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss future juicy talks. And I'd be so grateful if you'd leave a review so together we can help other mamas walking in the same shoes.